this is Britt Caswell with another example video. In today's video, I'm covering example 3 from section 7-4 in the SavvasRealize Algebra 1 textbook. The goal of this video is to factor a polynomial model. So we are using a model to like a real-world situation to describe a polynomial. Alright, so Alani is in charge of marketing for a travel company. She's designing a brochure that will have 6 photos. And the photos can be arranged on the page in a number of ways. So she's just kind of like dragging them around on whatever software she has. Okay. So the first thing that we're asked is, what is the total area of the photos? So notice that there's 2 square photos that are x by x. And then there's 4 really narrow photos that are 1 by x. So to find the total area, I'm going to take the area of the square photos and add the area of the rectangle photos. Now notice there's 2 squares and 4 rectangles. So I'm putting a 2 and a 4 in there so that I know to just find the area of one and multiply them. Okay? So my total area in this case, okay, when I go to find the area of the square is x by x units. So the 2 times the area of the square is 2x squared. Now the rectangles are 1 by x, so each of these has an area of x units, which is where I'm getting the x that I'm plugging in for the area of the rectangles. So that is the total area of the photos in inches squared. So now for part B, they're saying to find a rectangular arrangement for the photos, and they want to know what factoring represents the arrangement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag these around and just form a rectangle with them. Alrighty, so there's my rectangle. So if you notice on this one, all of these have a height of x, and then if I go across the side here, I have 2x plus 4 inches. So in terms of the factoring that represents this arrangement, I would call it x times 2x plus 4. So now for part C, they're asking us to take the original polynomial, the 2x squared plus 4x, and they're asking us to factor out the GCF. So remember, the GCF stands for that greatest common factor. So if I look at these, I see that they're both even, so I could factor out the 2. And the smallest number of x's they have is a single x. So that's what I'm going to factor out. So 2x squared divided by 2x is x, and 4x divided by 2x is 2. So here I've factored out the GCF. So this situation that's here, this is just another possible area model. Okay, so what this is saying is that I can take these shapes and I could have them be 2x high, and then the x plus 2 on here is talking about this side here. So they're saying that I could take 2 of these things each and put them in like this. So here is another option for the layout using the GCF. Alright, so in this case that 2x is another possible side length. So now for part D, they're asking which of the 2 arrangements is more practical use of space on the page of the brochure. Okay, so should we have them all laid out like this, or should we put them like this? Now remember, a brochure, right, is usually a piece of computer paper, so an 8.5 by 11, that's folded into thirds. So if we were to try to put this kind of rectangle on here, these would have to be really tiny pictures to line up here. And then you'd have just this huge block of text, right? Whereas if I broke up the pictures like that, they would take up kind of like this bottom half or something, and then you don't have to have as much text on the page. So So most likely in this case it would be more useful to have this arrangement. But if this was something like a banner that was going somewhere, the rectangular arrangement would be better. So there we have it, guys. That is how to factor or use a polynomial model with factoring. Until next time.